So, sports NFT fans, let's talk a little bit about UFC Strike, because they've recently had that announcement that Dapper Labs and Concept Labs have finalized their agreement for Concept Labs to basically run the platform over the next few years. Now, I thought that had already happened back in February, but maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Who knows? Could just be they want everybody to know that things are beginning to ramp up, and I assume that's actually why they made the announcement. They also said that for at least me, anticipated Web3 gaming application that they were going to release supposedly in Q2 didn't happen, is now actually going to be released in Q4. I hope that does happen, and if it does, we should see a significant boost in UFC Strike activity. Now, between now and then, to me, there's a number of things that have to be done. There really is. Because one thing that's been true about UFC Strike from the very start, from its initial release, is that it's been a bit buggy, and it still is. We still have issues to this day with pack drops and problems with the actual website. So they've had a number of issues, but that's nothing new for Dapper Labs products. Okay, that's nothing new. Although at this point, you would assume that that shouldn't really be happening all that often. But that's not my major concern. That's just a minor one. One of my major concerns is the lack of creativity when it comes to challenges. Now, I know they're focusing a lot on burn challenges. And I get that because, especially when it comes to Series 0, they really overestimated the interest in UFC Strike to begin with. So the mint counts on that very first drop are extremely high, and you need to burn away a lot of those moments to make them significant within community size. But they're trying to get us to burn everything. It's all on us. Nothing seems to be on them. They could just go ahead and look at what's held back and just light it up. Because why not? Right? And I'm not talking about Series 0. I'm talking about Series 1 as well. So they could do it themselves, but they keep putting it on us with these challenges for us to burn our own moments that we paid for, that we invested in. And these could also be moments from fighters that we're actually fans of, and they're saying, go ahead and burn them. Burn 5 or 6 moments to get one fandom moment. There's no balance there, especially if it's a fandom moment of a fighter that you're not that interested in, right? Collection challenges, I get. Promote us, right? Encourage us to buy more. And make that a collection challenge, because then not only are you accumulating for your own collection, but then you're getting something special at the end for having done so. It still makes them money, so I don't see why they can't do more of that. But my real issue when it comes to challenges is that they haven't followed suit with both NFL All Day, who did it first, and NBA Top Shot that followed suit, and that's predictive challenges, right? The UFC, it's perfect for predictive challenges. It's perfect to have some form of a playbook like they do in NFL All Day, where you go ahead and you insert moments that you own into this playbook, predicting what may happen in, say, the next event. And it does 2 things. Number 1, it rewards you for your UFC knowledge, which, I mean, if you're a real fan, it's probably why you're on the platform. 2, it encourages you to buy fighters for upcoming events, to purchase more moments, and have them just in case something goes on. And what I really like about the potential for predictive challenges with the UFC Strike platform is, unlike NFL All Day or NBA Top Shot, where you're occasionally dealing with a injury of, say, a key player that you know about very early on, right? Leading up to a game, you'll have a good idea if a player is injured, is probable for that game, is unlikely for that game. It's all part of the Vegas betting algorithm. But when it comes to UFC Strike, a fighter could be ready to go up until 2 days before the event, up until the day of. So it makes you bring that into your calculations as well. Is this fighter likely to miss an event because of weight issues or because of health issues, right? And if that factors in, you maybe get lucky and pick an underdog in a situation where they show up for the event, but their opponent does not, so they get a last-minute replacement and get an easy victory. I love this about UFC Strike. I think if they did predictive challenges where they said, in the next event, put together a group of 4 fighters that you think are going to get victories in the next event, and you assemble your team, and it locks in at a certain date, maybe even before weigh-ins, and then you find out if you made the right picks after. Maybe if you get all four, you win a fandom moment, or you win a slap-together pack, like a starter-style pack. Or, who knows, right? Maybe you don't even need all four. Maybe you need 3. Who knows how they want to do it? Just do it. Just make it part of the platform. Because it's going to create additional interest, and it's really going to get people talking on the Discords and Reddits and such about who should I go with, what kind of group am I putting together. It just gets you more content out there where people can find out about UFC Strike. And that brings me to my number one issue with UFC Strike, and that's the website. The website is Mickey Mouse. It is the most underdeveloped website of all of Dapper Labs products. Brutal. Doesn't look professional at all. It's buggy as hell. I hate it that when I go into the marketplace and I use their filters and they have a section that is, moment highlight, like what type of highlight it is, highlight type, where you can pick submission, grappling, KO, striking, whatever. And as soon as you choose one, it errors. So you can't search by those criteria. Even though it's part of their search algorithm, you can never use it. And I wouldn't have known that except back in February when they announced the Web3 application and they gave us a brief demo of what it could look like and how you design a fighter based on the style of fighter you want to create. And you got to sacrifice moments, like burn moments, to give this fighter certain abilities. I had an idea in my head of what my fighter would be, what I want to create. So right away, I thought I'm probably going to have to load up on some specific highlight types in order to have myself ready for when this application comes out. So I went to the marketplace, I looked up highlight type, I was like, right on. I chose the highlight I wanted to search, and I was kicked out. Just like that. I was back in February. Right? It's July. I tried it today. Again, didn't work. I don't know how long that search criteria has been on the marketplace, but I get the feeling it's never worked. It's just there. And the marketplace itself and the website itself is so, God, it's just unappealing. And if you don't fix that by the time you launch this Web3 gaming application, then people who are going to find out about UFC Strike because of the game are going to go to the website to take a look, and if they're having an issue navigating around it because it feels like it was made yesterday, they're not going to stick around. All that work you put in to boost the site, to grow the platform, is going to be lost because they're just going to get frustrated with their experience on the website itself. So those are the 3 things that they significantly need to improve before Q4, when all of this is supposed to go. Right? It's supposed to blow up. Let's try and fix some of the bugs. Pack drops, the website. Just make things smooth. Number 2, let's put a little more work and ingenuity into your challenges to make them more appealing on a wider scale. And don't put it on us to burn half our collection to get a few moments that you consider special. Maybe we don't ourselves. But number 1, just fix the website, fix the search engines, just make it look more professional in general so that when people do arrive, they want to stay. Those are the 3 things they got to fix with UFC Strike. Let me know what you think.